How do you cope with the realization that your absolute happiest childhood memory was actually born out of sheer desperation? When I was just 6 years old, my dad would wake me up at exactly midnight. He would gently tap my shoulder, flashing this massive conspiratorial grin, and whisper that it was time for our secret space mission. We would sneak out into the freezing winter air, hop into his rusty old sedan, and drive down to this giant empty glass skyscraper downtown. To a 6-year-old boy, that lobby looked like a launch pad to Mars. He would ceremoniously hand me my very own laser blaster, which was really just a neon feather duster, and my official mission was to zap the alien dust off the lower desks. Meanwhile, he would tackle the heavy gravity zones, pushing this massive, roaring metal floor buffer that sounded exactly like a spaceship engine. I loved every single second of it. We would slide across the freshly waxed floors in our socks, drink chocolate milk from a battered thermos at 2 in the morning, and look out the massive glass windows at the city lights below. I genuinely believed my dad was a secret agent, running the most important midnight operation in the world. But as the years rolled on, life caught up. The space missions stopped. I grew up, got caught up in high school, and honestly, I completely forgot about the magic of that empty skyscraper. It wasn't until last week, sitting on the floor of my room at 25 years old, that the illusion completely shattered. I was going through an old cardboard box of his things, and I found his employment records from that exact year. He hadn't been an executive with special midnight clearance. He was a laid-off factory worker, drowning in debt, who had taken a brutal minimum-wage graveyard shift as a janitor, just to pay for my intense medical treatments. He couldn't afford a babysitter, and he absolutely refused to leave a 6-year-old kid home alone in our rough neighborhood. So, instead of letting me see how terrified he was, instead of letting me feel poor or broken, he turned his grueling, back-breaking second job into an unforgettable cosmic adventure. He was working 18 hours a day, his spine aching, his hands covered in chemical blisters, but every single night, he put on that goofy smile, just to protect my innocence. He carried the crushing weight of poverty so lightly that I thought we were flying through the stars. I sat on my floor, clutching those faded yellowed pay stubs, and wept. I didn't cry for the poverty. I cried for the sheer, overwhelming magnitude of his love. Real heroes don't wear capes. Sometimes they just hold a mop in the dead of night, making sure their kid only ever sees the light.